Hello, my name is Abram, and I'm here to give you a convincing speech to persuade you to start littering. Most of you guys probably already disagree with me, but have you ever been outside and couldn't find a trash can for your wrapper? Did you think about throwing it on the floor but stopped because you were worried somebody would see you and maybe give you a shameful speech? Or if you were caught by authorities in a variety of states, you get your driver's license revoked, and you can face high fines or jail time. Well, I'm going to tell you that we are in a culture that believes that littering is bad for our planet, but doesn't understand that littering isn't the real harm done to our planet, but rather the root of the problem is supporting the production of trash. The reason this speech is important to listen to is because trash pollutes our environment, and our environment directly affects all of our health. I have thought deeply about this subject and care a lot about nature's ecosystems, which has led me to participate in environmental activism since childhood, read books on environmental decomposition, work on farms since I've been 16, and I've gone to school to become a natural therapeutic specialist to get a firm understanding in health. First, I'm going to explain to you how the earth decomposes naturally. Second, where our trash goes. And lastly, I'm going to tell you what you can do to solve the root of this pollution problem. So now that you know what you're in for, let's start with reviewing the Earth's decomposition process. The Earth works in cycles of death and life, feeding back. The Earth works in cycles of life and death, feeding back into life. Animals and plants grow and die to return into the soil to support the next generation. So in more detail, a tree grows big and produces seeds that make baby trees. This tree eventually dies and falls over. This is where the decomposers come into play. Decomposers is an important term I will use in this speech. When I use the term decomposers, I am referring to everything that breaks down old materials into usable substances. The most important decomposers to recognize are mushrooms, insects such as worms and ants, bacteria, and elements such as sun and water. All these decomposers would help dismantle a dead fallen tree's molecular structure and turn it into fertile soil. Fertile soil that will support and feed the next generation of trees, plants, and life. This cycle has been repeating itself, maintaining the health of forests and ecosystems for millions of years. According to the National Solid Waste Management Association, humanity has concentrated many elements, minerals, and organic products to make materials for our use. When we have no more use for these materials, we throw them away in trash. For my next point, I'm going to explain where our trash goes. According to the National Solid Waste Management Association, more than half of America's trash is sent to a landfill. A landfill is where they dig a giant pit into the earth. They then line the bottom of the pit with clay and half-inch thick skin of plastic. And they line the sides and top as well. They make the top of the landfill a slope with drains to prevent rainwater from seeping in it. Landfills are not designed to break down waste. They are only designed to store it, according to the NSWMA. If trash is not brought to the landfill, it is brought to an incinerator, where they burn the trash. They collect the energy off of the heat, but this causes air pollution as well. When trash does not make it into the trash can, it accumulates in other places. For instance, according to the Ocean Cleanup, 1.15 to 2.14 million tons of plastic are entering the ocean from rivers each year. More than half of this plastic is less dense than water, and therefore it floats. Water currents cause plastic to travel and accumulate into giant patches in the ocean. There are 5 main patches where trash accumulates in the ocean, the largest being the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The Ocean Cleanup conducted a study involving 30 boats, 652 surface nets, and 2 flights to conduct aerial imagery. They have estimated the patch to be a surface area of 1.6 million square kilometers. This is 3 times the size of France. Many plastics show resiliency in marine environment. They found a plastic crate that was produced in 1977 in the patch. Most trash is toxic and will make plants and humans and animals sick. People think they are improving the issue by sending some of their trash to recycling or buying compostable plastic. But a lot of this plastic put into recycling bins isn't being recycled. In 2014, 22% of PET plastic put in recycling was exported out of the United States. In 2011, plastic trash was America's main export to China. They ship this plastic on giant freight ships that cause greenhouse gas pollution. In countries like India, waste pickers sort through recycling to pick out the most valuable pieces, such as thick plastics and metal. The rest is sent to landfills and incinerators. All of our waste takes a long time to decompose, with landfills being sealed like containers that keep decomposers out, and consolidated waste makes it almost nearly impossible for decomposers to get a grip of it and break it down because it does not provide an environment that they can live in. It would be more effective if organic matter such as soil and water was mixed in with trash, making an environment that decomposers can live in. Therefore, they would be able to break down the waste. So in conclusion, I don't really see littering being the true injury to our planet. You may be putting it in a place where decomposers have better access to your trash to break it down. The true injury to the planet is every time you choose to purchase a product that is packaged, non-decomposable, or not recyclable. By purchasing such a product, you give companies the incentive to produce more packaging and indecomposable products because that's what consumers demand. So the only true solution is to stop the purchasing of trash. I wonder if we stopped collection of trash and everyone was forced to keep all the trash they produced in their yard and street, if that would force them to solve this problem because they would all directly see and be affected by the problem we creating, rather than hiding the trash in a closet where it is out of sight and out of mind for our generation, but will devastate future generations. So in summary, the earth works in cycles, breaking down old and dead to support new life. Human waste is going to places where it is not being broke down to support new generations, but rather poisoning them. We must find ways to get everybody to stop buying trash, and rather just buy products that are easily decomposed, making a healthy environment for future generations. Thank you.